20 days remain.
Welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio. Yeah, we're getting all these packages a lot now. Last time, we finally settled our debts with Alonso, gained the Trickster archetype, and also found out a shocking thing about Basilio's old friend. So, today, we're going in the Gauntlet Runner, and we are heading out to a dungeon. Mostly because I want to do Neuras' rank 7 and don't want it to take up any daytime, nighttime. You get the idea. Nighttime in an actual city. So, we ride to, I believe, this is the last dungeon. Yeah, because that's only going to take one day. The last dungeon that will take multiple days. Thankfully, there's no blight weather here.
I think we have a favor to do there.
Yeah, this is one of the few places that we have to take an overland route to. Yeah, my crazier is the number of bounties except, well, we've already dealt with a few of them.
Well, let's roll then.
So yeah, let's go. We'll also be passing by that Ischia village again. Oh, right. Thank you, Gallica. Thank you for reminding me that I've forgotten to do that. Which means we have to visit the Skybound Tavern again, and I once again get to tell you all that Skyward Sword is my favorite Zelda game, and I will never stop proclaiming that because that seems to be a massive hot take. So, Giant of the Abandoned Path. Oh, wait. It's not like the path itself was abandoned, it's a place where abandoned people are. Wow, that actually sounds horrible. Given this is Uchronia, though, that rumor probably is true. But this is an Ordemos. Absolutely unmanageable once it goes berserk.
Keep this to yourself.
Need to prioritize dispelling its power. Ah, it's one of these. Well, I have those status dispelling items. Weak to dark, it'll repel electric. Funny how you're just straight up saying electric. That doesn't really sound like the kind of thing that somebody like would naturally say in universe. They'd probably rather say that repel electricity. But yes, also I believe it said, yeah, it appears when Rigopetia are defeated. Now onward! Our Gauntlet Runner is finally a runner once again.
What to pick?
And yes, what indeed to pick? Well, the first thing that I'll pick is... I've never watched SpongeBob and... Oh, I don't have enough Gauntlet. I'll have plenty of time to make this, because we'll be taking a lot of Gauntlet Runner trips. But remind me to... Well, I'm going to remind myself to reset the Gauntlet Shrooms next time. Well, that was anticlimactic, but I need wisdom now. Oh no, please tell me that this is not... Yeah, the future of magic is wisdom. Oh no, we have to read... Also, Gallica's head is stuck in the wall. That's an apt description of being forced to read Julian's writing. Now, I hope this is going to be enough to get me to rank 5. If not, I do have bajillions of extra time on the Gauntlet Runner to do more of this. Come on, rank 5 wisdom! Hey! There we go! 5, 5, 5, 5, 5! We are now a heroic, sagacious, rhetorician demiurgic savior.
Magnificent. Thou art now truly worthy of rule. With this, thou art the heroic embodiment of heroes lost. By thy supporters' faith, thou graspeth might beyond might. All heroic embodiments dwell within thee. Their power marks thee scion to a forgotten hero king, a wielder of all his peers' powers. Now, go forth. Thou needst fear nothing more. Thy destiny awaits, World Shaper. Forge this land anew, to a world none before you saw realized.
And we did it while we're on a Gauntlet Runner far away from towns.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, we are about to be attacked. I haven't changed up my party since the Zorba fight, so okay, guess that's how we're going into this. Hi butterflies. Bye butterflies. I had a feeling it'd be a Dark Elementor. Can I actually successfully get rid of this before it leaves? Well, Oh, actually, no reason not to use Hero's Cry here, because I'm going to get all my MP back after this. Okay, yeah, just one broadsword was all I needed. And that's going to give me a good chunk of mag, thankfully Unscathed Triumph, also a bit of Archetype experience out of that. I'll be using my experience items soon. I may as well stop. I don't think they're going to be selling anything more, though. I bought them out last time. Well, at least we get to see what this place looks like under the terrible weather. Oh, well, there's actually, different dialogue here. Basilio, don't make goat soup. It'll make Morgana scream for another universe.
Now then.
Sell that foreign coin, and, yeah, they are not restocked on these things. I guess I can restock some of my Balms of Life. And, why not? Let's just get 2 of these in case I want to actually bathe in the hot spring. But yeah, we need to choose. Let's continue our trip.
The Gauntlet runner's slowing pace signals their arrival at an encampment to those below deck. They are grateful for these moments of repose, quietly acknowledging their good fortune, a rare glimpse into a party at peace.
And a rare glimpse into actually being able to get, like, a Lumabee from the deck. It's been ages since we've been able to do that. Or a Dream Eater Moth, either one of them.
Alright then.
And there's the Lumabee, but pretty much the real reason I went on the road was so that I can rank up Neuras for essentially free, in air quotes, because there are a lot of other things that I could be spending my nights to do in town, whereas there's a lot less on the runner, so it's a little more efficient for me to get rank 7 here. Rank 8 of Neuras, though, is done in the daytime, but it does leave your nighttime free. Okay, there's only one question that really applies for Mag, and the answer I very much approve of.
I'm sorry.
So, yeah, here's the thing. I alluded to this last time. We heard clanking around in, like, where Neuras had put all the relics in one place for some reason, and didn't have anyone guarding them, but yeah, obviously they were gonna get stolen. It wasn't locked, of course it wasn't locked. Yes, and we should have investigated it at the time, but now all of the relics are gone. But yeah, maybe somebody knows what those relics do.
That's...
It's now time for Neuras to step up with his own Bond quest. And this one does actually have a fight to do. And yes, anything for you, Neuras. I approve of that being the best mag option here.
A great help.
This actually does lead me to a tangent about, MacGuffin stories.
This is a trial I must overcome.
That's kind of like Luis's ideology. Don't think of everything as a trial to overcome. But anyway, oh, the plant culture chamber now works better, like we were really using it for anything. Actually, that came at the perfect time, because now that I've maxed out all my royal virtues, really that is the main thing that I can do in the daytime on the runner.
Right then.
I don't think I have access to jeweled root seeds right now, though. I know you can get those somewhere.
This one's important.
But yeah, Petty Thief is this quest. Well, they're rewarding me jeweled roots, just not seeds.
The day of the hero draws near. 19 days remain.
Time does keep going down, but I'm pretty sure I'll be making it.
What to pick?
Okay, we do have one more runner slot, and that means I am resetting until I get Gauntlet shrooms. Be right back. There we go. So, I will be able to show this after all, and this is actually worth another achievement if you're playing along, cooking everything at least once. This is also why I saved Queen's Honey Jars and Lords of the Lake. Sublime Spoonful gives you 4 more press turns when used in battle. This could come in clutch during the Luis fight, although, I might not be able to make a lot of these. Like, you really should be making, like, as many of these as possible, but, Also, why is there a ch-ch-ch-ch sound? Is that just part of the music or part of the Gauntlet Runner? Guess we'll see. Kinda interesting how Hulkenberg, of all people, is the one who actually has the ultimate recipe. Because, yeah, she might be a weird chef, but she is a good chef. The best meal we've made yet, Sublime Spoonful. And that is all dishes made. And we also make 2 of them, thanks to Maria. If you want to make more, you will need to go out of your way to repeat the Virga Island travel routes to fish up more, almost call them Guardians. But yeah, to fish up more, Lords of the Lake and Queen's Honey Jars. However, like I said, this is pretty much the main thing that we can do here in the daytime. That or cleaning for more tail bait, which you can use to fish up more Lords of the Lake to make more Sublime Spoonfuls. That's also recommended. But, what seeds do we have? I only have Leaf of Light. That's not actually the best. You know what? This is going to require more resetting annoyingly, but, I think I probably should try and get tail bait. Okay, got a second try. Not bad. And I also get an extra bit of HP as a bonus. However, I feel like we might be getting ambushed here again. Yes, we are getting ambushed here again. Yeah, see, there's the clown horn noise. Does anybody else think that sounds like a clown horn? I can't be the only one. And that was nothing remarkable. I did steal an opal from that Elementor.
Located to the east of Montario is a forest path tinged with beautiful autumn leaves. Its name, however, is the Abandoned Path. The story goes that a nearby village was struck by famine, and in order to preserve its food stores, abandoned their elderly along this road. The Forsaken Elders became a food of sorts, for monsters and for the earth. The trees then turned to resplendent crimson. So the story goes. Amidst a view so stained with sin, yet pleasing to the eye, the Gauntlet Runner's engine ceases its mechanical whirring.
You know, if you stain with sin yet pleasing to the eye, that sums up what I think about the Skybound Avatar too. Yeah, this place looks even more crazy underneath the, the glow of the Luis times, as I'm calling it. But hopefully history will remember the Luis times as being brief. Yeah, it is weirdly pretty. Also, Stroll literally just said metaphor, that's amazing. What was that line again? Apparently a metaphor for the country in its current state, yeah.
That's right.
So, yeah, the snake-like monsters. Let's avoid killing those until we're absolutely ready to fight the boss, because I've been burned by that before.
Hey.
Oh, hey, Katharina. Yeah, you'll be fighting with us this time. Nice. This place is like your own back garden. That's very ominous, given what happened here. Oh, there are Spectos. Okay, then. And memorandum entry, Abandoned Path, a beautifully autumnal forest road in the Principality of Montario. Past villages in the area made a practice of abandoning elderly, not just elderly women, so it's not just ageist, it's also sexist. Here, when they could no longer work, seeking to lessen their mouths to feed. With no way home, the vast numbers of old women brought here wandered helpless and uncertain and soon met their ends, most of them falling prey to local monsters. Nowadays, many believe it was their suffering and lamentations that turned the trees such vivid red. This is actually making me really uncomfortable as somebody who lived with a mother who's approaching retirement age. But, okay, right.
What now?
I am gonna... 26 Leaves of Light! Oh, also a health incense. Yufa. I probably want to spend most of them on Basilio because I would like to get up to Martial Artist at least, because I don't have, almost said Warlord. I don't have, the Berserker second tier that I can't actually name yet because, technically that would be spoiling what it is.
I'm getting stronger.
Ooh, actually, Strike Boost, inheriting that to Berserker is going to be really, really good. So, I wonder if I keep that, and then Juna will start Trickster.
Fascinating.
You could say that Juna's Trickster is about to come online. 24k mag. It's funny, like, you're shaping yourself like a star there.
Let's go.
Well, I mean, I guess that, like, Juna's one of the most gremlin members of the party. Though I feel like Hulkenberg is subtly gremlin. But Juna definitely, like, she was the one who goes the craziest on thinking of herself as a queen. But anyway, yeah, let's use a few of these just to get a bit of a head start into Trickster online. I never played that, but I know a few people who did. And there's a channel, a new YouTube channel that's being maintained by Cho Conroy that's about archiving stuff from Trickster Online, so that's cool. Thankfully, you don't need to go all the way to max rank to get Debilitate on this. I suppose I can go for one more. And then the last one will go to Basilio because lol. Ah, okay. I would like to inherit that on Juna. For reasons that will become apparent later. Now, I was about to go and check what elements I need here, and then I realized I think I'm going to be able to field kill everything in this dungeon. That's kind of what happens when you come here after the Skybound Avatar. So I think I should just stick with whatever archetypes on the characters that I want to rank up. Which, in Heisme's case, I would not mind getting him Warlord. There's going to be a bit of mag I don't necessarily need. Oh, Unless I do what I did in my first playthrough and actually work on Faker with you, because having multiple Makara Khan users are going to be very, very good eventually. You know what? I am actually going to do this, even if it's not, like, super necessary. I don't need to actually rank up Heisme in Warlord. I just need to give it to him once, and then I get access to a fast Dynast formation, so I'd rather save that until later. Like, for now, when I'm about to be getting a lot of archetype experience, I'm going to go to a new one. You'll stick with that until it's max and then go to Soul Hacker. I can't actually get her ultimate archetype yet because I haven't got her to rank 8. I was dumb and forgot about that in the Skybound Avatar. If I'm going to be field killing everything anyway, I'm just going to go to Tycoon on Will. Even though I will be field killing a lot of enemies here, the main point is that I would rather have a side dungeon look like a complete joke than have the Skybound Avatar look like a complete joke, which is what happened in my first playthrough, and hopefully you all enjoyed the Skybound Avatar. I liked quite a lot how I ended up handling that one. And the Zorba fight almost went kind of badly, but it did kind of did go well in the end. I got to show off a few of his different attacks. So yes, welcome to the dark red-ish forest. And here, yep, they are field killable. Also, you have Spectros just kind of running in and stuff. There are a few things that I could talk about here. I could talk about, like, the history of giant insects in fantasy. It's one of the few monsters of the day that I haven't really gone into. I'll probably wait until later and try and get that, Elmenta, extorted via, you know, all those things. Okay, there's a Snakey over there. Let's avoid Mr. Snakey until we're ready to fight his boss, I guess. But yeah, there's not much that I can really find on giant insects. They are a very common recurring thing in science fiction. In particular, giant insects are often used as stand-in for aliens in sci-fi. Or at least you see a lot of sci-fi aliens that are designed to look like giant insects or be like insectoid, humanoid insects. I don't know what it is. Honestly, I think just kind of like slimes, and that was our first monster of the day, I believe, so we're kind of coming full circle. I theorize, and this is just entirely me, not a thing that I've said on the internet, but I theorize that, they just come from a human primal fear. I just generally think that, well, not only are there a lot of poisonous spiders, especially in Australia, and that relates to another of my topics of the day that I want to talk about, in this dungeon, but yeah, a lot of insects are, like, very poisonous or dangerous, so it makes sense that humans would think of them as, like, monsters and use them as a stand-in for any kind of, you know, scary or... Like, I feel like humans are instinctively scared of insects, and probably for good reason because of, again, just how poisonous a lot of them can be. So that probably plays into why they're often used as, like, why giant insects, giant arachnids, which are not insects, but they kind of fall into the same category of fear, are often used in fantasy settings, and like the reason why like a lot of them used for aliens, well, I feel like this is my own like personal theories, but I think it's two reasons. One, insects, apart from the stuff that lives at the bottom of the ocean, which holy crap is that stuff, like actual Cthulhu things in real life. But apart from the stuff that lives at the bottom of the ocean, insects are probably some of the scariest things that live in the real world, as far as just how they look. Insects and arachnids. So the idea of magnifying that and making them even more outwardly dangerous to humans, sometimes even being able to potentially eat humans, is in itself, like, also very scary. And also it's why they're often used, I feel, as a stand-in for aliens in sci-fi, or at least a lot of, like, alien creatures are designed to look like insects, because, like, that's what, you know, that they are some of the most strange and, well, alien creatures on our planet. And that's really all I have to say on that. And with that, I do believe I've covered basically every type of enemy that is in this game. Apart from maybe, like, giant birds, but I guess that's similar to the concept of giant insects, really. Hi, Tooth. Because, you know, birds of prey are also scary, so I suppose thinking about, you know, humans being potentially preyed on by something that, like, a one big enough to prey upon humans is quite terrifying. Although, unlike insects, insects are usually bad in most media. Whereas giant birds, there are a lot of cultures that have sacred giant birds, like phoenixes, rooks. Oh, kill monsters get heaps of experimental materials, masts and vessels, okay. Ah, yes. So in that case, you could actually try repeatedly fighting a certain monster and repeatedly stealing from it to get those masks. This is one downside of field killing everything. It's that you don't ever get the enemy's rare drop. You'll only be able to, you don't have an easy way to get the enemy's rare drop, only their common drop.
That should come in handy.
Yes, I've already fully explored this place. But yeah, one other reason why okay, I'm going to be switching out my party just in case we end up fighting this thing. So let's go Heismare because he has dark attacks. And Yufa no longer has any dark attacks. It seems inefficient, but no, wait, it actually isn't, because it means that I will be getting Hero's Leaves of Light that I can use to rank up Devil Summoner anyway. So, you know, I'm actually going to swap Yufa back to regular Summoner. Just so that she can use some good dark attacks. And then I'm probably fine on everyone else. I could just use Stroll here. So yeah, let's take the first one of these out. But yeah, my other theory about insects and aliens... The idea of a hive mind is something also that humans, I do feel like, fear on a primal level, because it implies just having no individuality whatsoever and just being part of a greater whole, and humans like making insectoid aliens that operate on hive minds. Just see the Tyranids after all, although Tyranids apparently in Warhammer 40k were never meant to be, insects. They were apparently meant to be alien dinosaurs, according to an old interview that I read in a White Dwarf magazine. Yeah, I can't move. We are fighting the boss now. So, I feel like I talk about Warhammer and Warhammer 40k quite a lot here, but I suppose they are some fantasies that I grew up in my childhood, even though I didn't actually play Warhammer Fantasy. But I wanted to take some time here to talk about one other, one of my favorite fantasies from my childhood. Something that some of you watching might not have experienced before, and it's called Deltora Quest. So, Deltora Quest is a series of fantasy novels. Hi, Katharina. Wow, that took a lot out of it.
Electricity's no good against them. That's the last thing we need.
Well, I'm gonna try to steal immediately, but... Oh, Flame Kiss Axe, not bad.
Let's say come forth.
Just reminds me of, like, Adventure Time's Flame Princess, but, okay, let's go for Hero's Cry for some more setup. Against a one-off boss fight like this, there's not really much reason. But yeah, so as I said, Deltora Quest is a fantasy book series by an author named Emily Rodda, and looking it up for this video, I only today found out that that's not her real name. That's a pseudonym. Her actual name is Jennifer Rowe. So she writes...
It's time to strike.
adult-aimed crime fiction under her real name, but she uses a pseudonym when writing children's fantasy. And despite being for children, Deltora Quest is actually a very surprisingly deep series when it comes to world building and character depth, and I haven't read it since I was a young child back at primary school, but I really want to read it again because I feel like it does really hold up. And it is Australian, by the way, so that's probably why I feel like not a lot of people would have heard about it. It had 3 series. The first series ran for 7 books, and each one of them, except the last one, which is like the big finale, but each one of them centers around around finding one of the magical gems of the Belt of Deltora, the sort of central MacGuffin of the story. And all of them have guardians. It actually feels very video gamey in a lot of ways to me. Like, every one of the books is kind of centered around a big boss villain character. It easily could be a video game. Like, it actually does feel very JRPG-like in a lot of regards.
To ever greater heights.
Its protagonist is even named Leaf as well. I remember back in the day, I actually didn't like the plot twist in the final book that much. It's not like exactly a deal breaker or anything. It's not like it ruins the story. It's just a certain character reveal that I feel like the character would have been more interesting if they weren't that, but like... Anyway, if you know, you know. I hope at least somebody in the comments has read Deltora Quest, or apparently there was an anime? Yeah, it must have been popular in Japan because it got an anime adaptation that's apparently quite good. I never watched that. But, yeah, Japan must have discovered the book series and liked it enough to make an anime out of it.
You're right.
So, I feel like, since there's, like, quite a lot of, sadly, childhood fantasy series, at least from my generation, that their authors have got into massive controversies, and so it feels uncomfortable to reread those now. If you want a fantasy series that its author has not got into controversies, and I hopefully think that's true, because I looked up Emily Rodder and I couldn't find anything, so I hope this statement doesn't age badly, but as far as I can tell, she doesn't have any major controversies.
I don't know.
Yeah, I recommend Deltora Quest. I never actually read the 2nd and 3rd series. I know the 3rd series, it's funny, like, I did that thing that I often did as a kid and peeked at the end of a book. Like, I'd read the last page just because I felt, like, rebellious that way. And I did that for, like, the last book, because I own all the books of all the series. I just didn't end up reading them all. But maybe now I can actually start reading them. They're not very long, too. Like, they are children's books, but they are good enough that adults can enjoy them.
What do you want to do?
And a lot of the monsters and concepts in them are actually genuinely really terrifying. A lot of people say that Deltora is basically Fantasy Australia when it comes to how deadly a lot of the wildlife is, and, yeah. I remember there's things, I think they call them, like, blood lilies or something. Like, it's basically a... Like imagine a Venus flytrap type thing, but it's in the ground, so it's like basically it's a pit of spikes, but alive. And, it not only shreds people who fall in it, but it also eats their blood. Also has some of the creepiest shapeshifters in any fiction I've seen, called the Owls. They are restricted in what they can turn into based on what, like, level they are, level 1, 2, and 3 Owls, which sounds like you could easily make a tabletop game out of that. Anyway, I like Deltora Quest a lot. I probably should reread that someday, because I'm pretty sure that it still holds up very well. And, yeah, I guess that was the dungeon. So I guess while I keep tangenting, I can go and fight, the Elementor.
I'll take this.
But anyway, so one of the things that I promised to talk about was that, was about the issues that sometimes come up with MacGuffin stories, and that is that a lot of them end up going the exact same way that Neuras' Bond did. When you've got MacGuffins where if you have all of them, they can unleash some kind of great power. Well, obviously, you won't have a narratively satisfying climax unless the villain gets all of the MacGuffins and has that power on their side for the final battle. But what that means is, it kind of makes the heroes going and gathering all the MacGuffins kind of pointless, because you inevitably have to have them all stolen. You inevitably have to have the villain at that moment where they go, "Aha! Thank you so much for saving me the trouble of gathering these. Now I will take them, and now, haha! I have all of them, and now ultimate power is mine." You've seen that a billion times, probably.
When y'all were unconscious, me and my boys paid a visit to your hideout and found all them clockwork parts. Lucky thing, too. Arpeggio is willing to plunk down a king's ransom for the whole lot. I even threw in the talons.
You sold all the clockwork parts? Arpeggio has them all?
Like, that's exactly what happened with Neuras' bond. And the thing is, Deltora Quest does not actually do that, because the main characters do get all the MacGuffins, and they do have the belt with all the gemstones by the finale. The reason why there's still narrative tension at that point is that they actually haven't figured out how to actually use the MacGuffins yet. And neither has the villain, so that solves that issue. And something else that I could show here is that if you have the doubled efficiency of MP recovery items, well, you can do this, and that gives you another 2 uses of deck collection on every party member.
Thank you.
So, a tactic that is used by speedruns, and specifically speedruns of, like, 100% speedruns. Yes, people 100% speedrun this game, and it's kind of insane how they do it, but yes. So, speedruns cook a whole ton of Cursed Love Ballads, and they get, like, 99 Cursed Love Ballads, and with that, they can spam debt collection essentially endlessly against a single hapless enemy. You probably won't get the Unscathed Triumph bonus that way, but you will essentially get unlimited mag in the long run. And you know what? I am actually going to go ahead and just finish you off, because I actually want to because I'm out of, like, MP and everyone, so let's go. Haven't actually seen Lava Beast yet. Let's try Lava Beast. Come on, Big Manticore. Oh, I actually hadn't talked about Manticores yet. Right, I guess that'll be for the next dungeon, because I've already given enough tangents for a long time here. And that would be a ridiculous amount of mag. Nice. More than makes up for what I spent on Trickster. And I have a few more Leaves of Light. With these, I am going to get Yufa to max out Devil Summoner. And I think all the rest will go into this. The sooner that I get you onto Martial Artist, the better. Oh, you're so close. Okay, I'm gonna reset this area one more time just so that I can get Basilio onto Martial Artist. And there we go! Enemies cannot critical hit wielded. That's a funny way to put it, but no, that is what the skill does. And with that, I can get you started on Martial Artist, the very, very weird archetype that's way better for its passives than for its actual own uses. But at least we have this now. And at least it does look cool posing on the archetype screen.
I'll do it.
Yes, every single one of his lines for Awakening, the Brawler line, is about punching Luis, and why shouldn't it be?
What now?
And it felt like a waste not to go through all those enemies. But now, let's get back to town.
Okay then. Right? See you soon, I hope.
I feel like Katharina should probably have dinner with us one of these days. But anyway. Oh no, it's bad weather in Grand Trab where we don't have any fighting right now.
I believe.
Oh yeah, we got a bounty here. The courage boost isn't going to be of use to us now that we've already maxed everything. Yeah, we've got basically 2 achievements in this part. Plus, I've talked about like 4 different tangents. We've ranked up Neuras. And also, I feel like completing this quest was like the least important thing we did in this video, which is really funny.
That was a job well done.
But yes. Next time, I will be, I'm kind of not sure, but probably ranking up, I'll definitely be ranking up Yufa. And then more Basilio and Oh, you know what? Actually, it's probably best that I do Neuras' Bond, like, right now. Because it does unlock another archetype, which is one I've been putting off for long enough, so yeah. See you for that next time, and where I'll probably also get Basilio's rank 6, which will unlock the next tier of Berserker. So, some more archetype buyers next time, some more nice bonding action. Look forward to that.